Good evening, good evening, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time to go ahead and get this call started. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tasha M. Dyer, the Trade Whisperer, and I want to welcome each and every last one of you all to BYOB Market Talks. Ladies and gentlemen, as you're logging in, keep dropping it in the chat where you're calling in from. Make sure you drop those affirmations. I do see those coming in as well. Even though this is Market Talks, you still want to walk in those affirmations. You want to receive the training that we have in store for you this evening. I am a master trader. I am the signal. All my trades in profit, right? I am 777. Those 777s that we drop in the chat, right? And so we are here. Be Your Own Bank is here to empower you, right? That's what we're here to do. We are here to empower you. So I want to welcome each and every last single one of you all this evening. We're here to empower you, here to help you become the signal. That's exactly what we are here to do. That's what we do. So what we're going to do is, of course, we're going to walk you through, help you understand exactly how we do this, what we get done, how it's done, right? Let me take this off of here. So for those of you joining us for the first time this evening, if this is your first time here on BYOB Market Talks with us this evening, this your first time on BYOB Market Talks, let me get a 111 in the chat. This your first time with us on BYOB Market Talks, and if you are still learning how to cash out, let me get a 222. So welcome and welcome back. Welcome and welcome back. Welcome and welcome back. Yep, that's right. I am 777. I am 777. So welcome and welcome back, everybody. So what we're going to do first, of course, before we do anything else, is we're going to walk you through how to understands how to cash out, right? Definitely want to understand that, want to make sure that you all are walking in that, want to make sure no matter where we go, no matter what tools we use, no matter how we apply anything, we have to make sure that everybody is understanding how to cash out, right? News. So definitely some news. So and it's still on there. So, and it's still, I just let it sit. So so it definitely took that. So, but and that's from earlier. I know what you're talking about. So but let's walk through the BYOB cash out, and then of course I want to find a really good one. So to train. This is Market Talks. So if you're new to Market Talks, this is more of a training session. Now, so just to kind of help everybody understand, this is definitely more of a training session, just so you kind of understand what BYOB does and how we operate, right? BYOB, we're here to empower you, right? We're here to empower you. We're here to make sure you understand how to learn how to trade, how to know how to trade, how to be the signal. Okay, we're really here to help you become empowered. And so when we're on our live calls in the morning, to help you be able to navigate the markets and navigate your day, I always direct you to Market Talks. And so when we're on Market Talks in the evening, if we see a trade, we'll take a trade, right? We're not gonna miss money, right? We're just not gonna blatantly miss money. But the focus is to help you understand how to utilize the tools, how to understand the strategy, how to actually apply it to the tools, how to be able to walk through everything, and how to make sure you're empowered. And so that's literally what we're here to do on the evening call. So that's why in the morning I'm directing you to Market Talks to help, to help answer a lot of your questions, helping you walk through it, walking you through, answering some of these questions about of course it wants me to log in. Answering some of your questions about some of those things. We just went through this. So that's what we're here to do. just to kind of help you understand how that works and why we do it the way that we do it. And that's why you guys got so many 777s in the chat, and why you're able to take so many 777s on your own. Okay? Okay. So here we go. Euro USD is what pulls up. So we're just gonna go with this one right here. It help you understand the BYOB cash out, and then of course we'll go back and we'll look at a GBP. So looking at what the BYOB cash out is for everybody that's on the call, so we will definitely start walking you through the trade. So what the BYOB cash out is it uses 3 indicators, okay? It uses 3 indicators. Now what those 3 indicators are is we have my stochastic. Stochastic is a momentum indicator. In this momentum indicator, I have my moving averages, okay? And then also I'm using trend candles, which are Hikinashi candles. And I have a PSAR, which is a parabolic stop and reversal. So this is literally a trailing stop loss. Now, this is a momentum indicator, okay? So you notice that I do not have moving averages on, I don't have moving averages on the, as part of what I utilize. Like you don't see moving averages on the charts. That is because it is actually in the stochastic, okay? This is a momentum indicator. If you are familiar with price action trading, or if you are familiar with price action trading, or if you are familiar with any of that and understanding areas of value in trading, then part of what you will understand is that there are 3 areas of value that you look for in trading. So some of the questions that we did have this morning, you know, if some of you all are back, because I did kind of direct from yesterday morning and this morning to this evening's call, is that, you know, what is some of the things that the Vibrata looks for? It looks for those areas of value when it, like right now, you can kind of see, I mean, I don't even have to draw the support line. You can actually see how this just is not pushing down past this point. Well, guess what? That's the support line. Okay, this one is just clear. It's just clear as day that this is a support line. So you can literally just see this support line, right? You see it straight across here. So those areas, the Vibrata scans the market for these things, right? So when you're looking for entry triggers, when you're looking for how to enter the market, the Vibrata scans the market for those entry triggers. The BYOB cash out takes advantage. These 3 indicators are literally using those 3 entry triggers. So the stochastic has the moving average inside of it, and those are the moving averages. If you go look up what the stochastic is, how it's made, what it's made of. Now, the Hikinashi candles, okay, my Hikinashi candles. Well, a Hikinashi candle, if you look at a Hikinashi candle compared to a Japanese candle, for example, when I'm looking at my Hikinashi candle, you can definitely see that these do not look like the Japanese candles. These translate. So one of the things that I definitely want to address, because a lot of you all ask about, do, you know, when I get into a trade, you know, having to wait, do I enter as soon as it's ready? Okay. One of the things that I definitely want to, so this is literally when that's ready. If I switch over to my Japanese candles, when you look at this, this is one of those reversal patterns that Japanese candles do. Now, you know, this is where you're waiting on those Japanese candles, okay? This is where you're waiting, and you enter after you get that second, you like enter on that second or third candle for that confirmation. Well, guess what? Now you're literally still entering at that, you're entering at that point. So I don't have, this is that translator. The Hikinashi candles interpret for me. So you don't have to try to, this is just one, you know, reversal pattern that you are given with Japanese candles. You know, here's another one, right, that you're given. And look when look when that PSAR flips up here. So you look at the different, you know, you don't have to sit here and try to read the language of the Japanese candles what the Hikanashi candles do for you is they translate. You know, they actually translate for you. So you're literally not having to go through. All you're looking for is that red candle with a flat top. That's it. Let the Hikanashi candles translate for you. Okay. They translate the Japanese candles for you. These are trend candles. So they're actually an indicator. That's why it's not what you see on your phone. That's why it's not what you see on your MetaTrader 4. They are an indicator. So you analyze here, and you enter the trade on your phone. I just want to make that clear as well. Now, what this is a PSAR. This is a trailing stop loss, right? This is a trailing stop loss. You have one dot per candle, one dot per candle, okay? Now, this measures the momentum, okay? This definitely measures the momentum. So knowing that it measures the, not measures the moment, this is when the momentum shifts in the market, the PSAR shifts. When the momentum shifts, this measures, this is the momentum, this measures momentum. When the momentum shifts, the PSAR shifts. So this is a trailing stop loss. That's what this is. You notice that when I'm looking at my stop loss, everything stays within here, okay? Everything stays within. So my stop loss, like if I look right here, is a good one. My stop loss always needs to stay. Notice right here how my stop loss always needs to stay outside of my PSAR. Why is that? Look at how even with the correction, my PSAR still has not flipped. So even with the correction, it might touch my PSAR. It didn't touch it in this example. It might touch my PSAR. It might touch my PSAR. But even though it might touch my PSAR, you know, but it does not go outside of the PSAR. So understand it's a trailing stop loss. So the market is going to tell you what your stop loss is. So I'm not telling you, so it's not a, oh, my stop loss is 5 pips, my stop loss is 15 pips, my stop loss is 10 pips, right? It's not, I'm not telling you what your stop loss is. You know, I'm not telling you. The market tells you what your stop loss is for these trades. So that's what, that helps you understand your help. The PSAR helps you as far as that's concerned, because instead of you trying to just base it off of, I have a standard 15 pip stop loss, or I have a standard 10 pip stop loss, the market, see, market talks. The market is telling you what your stop loss is. So this is where these indicators work hand in hand. And so you want the momentum, you want that shift to happen in the market before you enter a trade, right? You definitely want that shift in that momentum in the market before you enter a trade. So now when we're talking about, this is these 3 indicators. So when you're talking about areas of value, you have your moving average, you have your trend, and you have, you know, you have your moving average, you got your trend, and of course, I got my trailing stop loss, right? I got my support and resistance lines, because that's technically what this is. It's like a trailing stop loss, a support and resistance line, because where do you typically find your take profits, your support and resistance line? And that's what that is. And so what the Vibrata does is it scans the market, and we'll get into that in just a minute. So now you understand what you have. So when we begin to trade the strategy, when we begin to trade the cash out, you literally have my stochastic first. This is a leading indicator, and then my Hikanashi candle and my PSAR are both lagging indicators. So this does not matter which one comes first, okay? It does not matter which one comes first, okay? That does not matter, okay? Now, what I also want to make sure you understand is that when I got my blue line that crosses over the red and a downward momentum, I got my blue line that crosses over a red and a downward momentum, you notice that this is going to happen first, okay? This is going to happen first. When this happens, the trade is not ready, okay? I want you to understand that. When this happens, the trade is not ready. If you get all of this to line up at the same time, that would be great. You know, that's that perfect world that you live in. Understand, I'm gonna do this. I never put this line on here, but I'm gonna do this because I want to create a visual for you, okay? The trade is not ready. It's not ready. And understand, this is where your patience, your discipline, and your risk management come in. Your patience, your discipline, and your risk management come in. If you can wait 10, 20, 30, 40 years for an IRA, you can wait 15, 20, 30 minutes for a trade to set up, okay? You can do this. I know you can, right? This is not ready. This is a leading indicator, okay? This is a leading indicator. So what that means is, that means that these leading and lagging indicators work together. Leading and lagging indicators work together. So with this being a leading indicator, that means that this is going to happen first. There should be no expectation for them to happen at the same time. Okay, there should be no expectation, because this is based on my history. This is based on the fact that there's an expectation that there is something going on based on my history, based on what's transpired, based on what's happened in the past. There's an indication that this is what's about to happen. I have not made any movements yet to let you know that it's going to happen. But based on my patterns, this is what is about to happen. So do not jump in a trade based on my patterns, right? That's my leading indicator. Now my lagging indicators say something has happened. My lagging indicators say that I've given you some sort of indication. So now you have to wait on that red candle with a flat top and that PSR flip. So you still have to wait on those. The trade is not ready yet. Okay, the trade is not ready yet. So now I've had to wait on that red candle with a flat top and my PSR flip to the top. Okay, I had to wait on those. So now that I have those, this is literally the BYOB cash out. So we're still talking about 15, 30. This still was 45 minutes later. This was still 45 minutes later that this trade actually set up. So just to help you understand from that perspective, this was still 45 minutes later. So, so understanding now, two 30-minute candles in between it, technically. So now what I want to do is time frame confluence. Lower time frames, I have absolutely no idea where I am in the market. Absolutely no idea where I am in the market. So I want to drop down to my 5-minute. Okay, I want to drop down to my 5-minute. When I drop down, it needs to still be selling. I want to drop down, it needs to still be selling, okay? That's what it needs to be doing, okay? It needs to still be selling. When I go up to my hour, okay? When I go up to my hour, my swing of the market needs to be in a sell. Well, guess what? It's not. It's not in a sell. If you notice here on this 5-minute, I don't know if anybody caught it, but on this 5-minute, when we dropped down, my stochastic was kind of pushing up. So that was still even kind of pushing up. So what this is telling you is we're kind of toward the end of that. So even when this got ready, yeah, we ultimately, like if we would have waited, you ultimately got a few more, but we're literally at the end of that trade. And so if we would have waited and got back in a little bit, did you really? Okay, so it went for 16, 15 pips. But let's talk about that for a minute. 16 pips. You need 10, so that leaves you with 6. Okay? That leaves you with 6, 6.9, 6. Your broker fee is what? Plus your pip reaction time. Did you really get your pips? Did you really cash out? Or are you still sitting there saying, okay, I didn't cash out? I didn't cash out, right? I didn't cash out. So that's something that you really want to take into consideration. Look where we are on here. Okay, look where you are. So do you see how time frame confluence, and now you can see that you still, as long as this has been sitting here, you still never cashed out. This never pushed down. That is how time frame confluence is going to help you, with your trading accuracy. That's why time frame confluence takes you. The strategy was back tested at 92%, but that's how time frame confluence is going to help you take that accuracy to the next level. That's how time frame confluence keeps your trades in such a higher accuracy rate. So this is really gonna help you right here. And as you can see, it's still sitting there. It's still sitting there, even though, and it pulled back up and then it came back down, but it's just still sitting right here on this support line. It's just still sitting there. It has not pushed down, and you will still be sitting in a trade, you know, had you not done your time frame confluence, saying, I still don't have my 10 pips. And I've seen pip reaction time that's literally gone up to about, I've literally seen pip reaction time that's gone up to about 12 pips. I've seen that. I've even seen more than that. So you really want to make sure you take all that into consideration. That's why it's so important, because one of the other questions I've been getting asked consistently on a regular basis lately is, if I'm a scalper, do I need time frame confluence? Well, based on what I just showed you, do you think you need time frame confluence if you're a scalper? You ask yourself, you answer that question yourself. I'm gonna tell you the rules. I'm gonna tell you to follow the rules. I want to put money in your pocket. I dropped it in the chat. Like, this is my birthday month. I want everybody to level up and take it to the next level. You know, for me, you know, if you guys just increase your profitability, your accuracy, you know, just even if it's your goal is 10 pips more a day, whatever it is personally, I'm not going to give you a goal, right? I'm not going to do that, because it has to be based on your personal, you know, your personal, but that's a celebration for me. You know, that's a celebration for me, is if you are able to level up and take it to the next level for yourself personally, to push yourself to that next level, to walk in your comfort level to where you can cash out, whether, you know, no matter what it is. So you just take that next step and, you know, just increase it, whether you want to, if you want to go from scalping to trade the hour, whatever it is for you, that you take that next step. That's gonna excite me and bring me some great joy and pleasure. So so this is any questions, comments, or anything before we get into the next phase of what we're going to talk about tonight? Questions, comments, testimonies. Drop it in the chat. Question, comment, testimony. So everybody stands cash. All right. So everybody understand how to cash out. I'm excited. So on the 19th. Oh, you're not using the arrow? Because why do I say don't use the arrow? Because you're literally right here. So if I was to go to another, you know, if I was to pull up another chart, just pull up another chart. That's a good question. So let's just say you're on JPY. So if we were to just pull up another chart and you started analyzing, you would be right here. You'd be right here. So you don't need an arrow, because it's all space, and it's nothing but space and opportunity. So when you switch down to the 5 minute, you know you're looking right here. If I switch up to the hour, I know I'm looking right here. So I know that this is where I am. I know that I'm on the 5 minute. I know I'm on that last candle. And oh, let me address this too. When I say the 5 feeds into the 15, that feeds into the 30, that feeds into the hour, understand that these are all happening at the same time. This market is live. So when you're on this 4-hour chart, what that means is that each one of these candles is 4 hours. So each one of these candles, so we just got a new 4-hour candle right here. We just got a new 4-hour candle. So that, look right here, or if you're following my mouse, you see right here, that just means that right here, this look right here, I got a countdown right here. I got another 3 hours and 33 minutes before I get a new 4-hour candle. So this literally means that I got this 4-hour candle is actually moving right now. So I'm in this 4-hour candle at the same time I'm in this 15-minute candle. That just means that I get a new candle every 15 minutes. So I get a new candle every hour. So each candle, so while each one of these candles it's 5 minutes. That just means that it's 3 of these candles in a 15-minute candle, 2 of these candles, you know, it's just, that's just what that means. So it's not that you have to get 3 candles. You know, I need 3 candles before my 15 moves. They're all moving at the same time. Okay, just so you understand that. So, and those are the types of things that you find in the academy, but I just want to make sure that that's clear. So, and the spreads are determined based on your broker. So that's why I want you to demo. If you're demoing, that's why I want you to demo with your broker. You demo not with the generic MetaTrader 4 that comes with MetaTrader 4. That's why you have to put your demo account for the broker that you decide to use. You want to demo with that broker because that's going to give you that real life feeling, right? That's going to give you that real life feeling of the broker that you're going to trade with. So, and now look on your phone, on your MetaTrader 4, because now if you are actually trading live or if you are trading in a demo account with the broker you're going to use, open your phone, look at your MetaTrader 4, take it off of simple. If you have an iPhone, switch it to iPhone. When you open it up, it's real simple. Open it up, switch it, look on your quotes. At the top of the iPhone, it says simple and it says advanced. Simple and advanced. Click advanced and it has a spread right there. Androids, I know you guys have like 5 different steps you have to take to get to that, but iPhone is just simple to advanced and it's right across the top. So it's right there, but you want it on advanced. Simple does not give you the spreads or anything else. See, somebody just dropped in the chat, Android, you have to go to the settings. So, but on the iPhone, it's just right across the top. Just a little bit, just a little shade. So, but also, you also notice that the numbers are huge, the numbers are larger. So also like the numbers when you're on advanced and you see the numbers that are larger on there as well. Those larger numbers, that'll help you with your pip count when you're trying to count pips. So you want to keep it on advanced. That'll also help you count the pips. You notice that your broker have those numbers highlighted. So those numbers that are larger, that'll help you count your pips as well. So you do want to keep it on advanced. You don't want to have it on simple. All right. On the hour, it's the same way. You use the confluence, right? You use the confluence when you pull a trade. Like when you so somebody just say on the Android, press any currency pair, the last selection, that will allow you to select advanced or simple. You have to do that for each one? Or will it allow, okay, so that'll allow you to change your settings. See, it's like 5 different steps. So, all right, so now if I'm on an hour, it's the same thing. So if you're trading from the hour, it's the exact same thing. But on the hour, you're literally having, right? On the hour, you have to understand where your support and resistance lines are. Because the only time you get 10 pips and cash out, of course, is on the 15-minute chart. Everything else is support and resistance lines, okay? Everything else is support and resistance lines. So it's no magic to how many pips you can catch. It's absolutely no magic. It's no magic number. It's none of that. Everything else, you know, is that. There is a training. Go to the YouTube channel, and on the YouTube channel, and on that getting started playlist, there is a training already, and it's right there for you. You are very welcome. So, so this will be the exact same way. Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Drop your question in the chat. So you notice right here on the 1 hour, and when you go to the 4 hour and you look for your confluence on the 4 hour, and then you just go down to the 15 and the 30 to make sure it's still selling. All you need is the confluence. You're looking for the confluence. And then you just use the tools to help you identify the trades. And speaking of the tools, let's dive into what I have for you guys this evening. I want to make sure you understand how to utilize this vibrato, right? So here we have it. You guys are always asking about a watch list, right? You're always asking about a watch list. So I'm gonna show you the watch list that the vibrato has for you. So, and then if we have time, I'll come back and go back through the confluence for the other time frame. But the question that we just had, go ahead and drop it in the chat, and I'll make sure I get those answered for you. So I definitely get those answered for you. So for those of you all that's been asking me about the vibrato's watch list, I'm gonna see if I can share this screen. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna have to come back to this though. So I'm definitely going to try to do this. Okay. When you open your vibrato, I'm gonna have to stop this screen share and then come back and I'm gonna stop this screen share, come back and then go back. So, all right. So right here, when you come to this screen share, when you click your strategy at the bottom, right? You click your strategy. Now, when you come down here for your settings, of course, you know, this is where you select BYOB Cashout right here. Okay, I definitely want my BYOB Cashout. So now for those of you all who have a Mac or when you're on your mobile device, you also have to save it right here. So I save for mobile, Safari, right? So this is something I always have to do right here. We're gonna turn this cha-ching off because it keeps cha-chinging, you know, unless you would like to hear the cha-ching. Now, you come down here, okay? Where it says hide chart details, watch list news. Do you want it on or off? You want to go ahead and turn that on, because we're going to talk about, everybody's like, does the vibrato have a watch list? I want to see the news, or, you know, so we're going to have that on, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and close this, right? And so you probably don't have a screen share anymore. So let me go ahead and get my screen share back together. Okay, so you should be on back on my screen share now. All right, now, where is that? Okay, where is that watch list? Where did it go? Now, in the top right-hand corner, there's your watch list right here. So the vibrato actually does have a watch list. And I know I've been trying to make sure you guys understand how to use these tools, okay? And understand what is in this vibrato. So this is where your watch list is. So you have some tools that I'm gonna walk you through this watch list, okay? I'm gonna walk you through the symbol, you know, so like if we're gonna use, they got 3 of them that are in here that are actually here on this watch list. So you can kind of see that you have some that are here on this watch list. So this is the one that we're already on, so we'll just leave it right here on this Euro USD, okay? So I don't know, 555, if you've actually seen this, how many of you guys are seeing this and you actually using this watch list? Put a 555 in the chat if you actually pulling this watch list up and use it. Okay, so that's why we're talking about it tonight, right? So now that's exactly why we're talking about it tonight. How did I get there again? So down here at the bottom where it says strategy, and where you select your strategy, okay, you want to select BYOB Cashout, right? Right there where you select your strategy. And when you click there, you scroll down to the bottom of it, and when you go down to the bottom of it, there is a button down there where it says on or off for your watch list, news, watch list, you know, things of that nature. So that's down there. And so I want to make sure that you guys are actually utilizing this tool to its full advantage, right? When we tell you that it is the same type of tool that the banks of the world is utilizing, you want to make sure that you are using it to its full capacity. This is literally what you have in your hands, okay? Not for you to just plug in trades. You need, it has a lot of information in here, okay? So now, when you come down here, when you start looking at the details, It's going to give you where it's at right now, right? You're looking at where this is at. So it's going to give you the days range, the 52-week range that it's been at. It's going to give you the actual technical analysis. You know, we talk about the different types of analysis that's in here, okay? It's giving you the different opens, the previous, the lows, the highs that's this currency pair has been going through. But then look at this. It also gives you the headlines that is impacting it. So you have your technical analysis, and now what type of analysis is this? This is your news. So this is my fundamental analysis, right? And then of course there's the sentiment that comes with this as well. So we're talking about what, you know, for this particular currency pair, how do politics and central banks impact FX markets? So this is the headline news for Euro USD for this particular currency pair. And it's all embedded right here in the Vibrata, right? And it's literally giving you what's been going on. It's going to give you a price forecast, right? Euro breaks down again. So why has it been selling, right? Why has this been selling? The Euro initially tried to rally against the trading session on Tuesday, but found resistance at the 50-day EMA again in order to break down. And the US dollar, right? So this was 12 hours ago. So, you know, you got news, you got, right? All of this is in here for you guys. So that's in there. So, but I'm gonna come pull this up here. So, I mean, you have the news, all of this is in here. So this is the news that comes with it. This is your details. So let's click more. Let's click more, okay? Let's click more. So you can see this is broken down. I got my technical analysis summary, my euro for the US dollar. You got your 1 minute. You know, it's telling you what's my technical analysis on the summary, right? Yeah, it does. Save you a lot of time between different apps and different stuff. So, and so it's got your 5 minutes. So you got your 15, right? You got your hour. It gives you your 4 hour, your day, your week, and your month. It gives you what's happening overall. So let's look at what's happening on the hour. So let's just leave it on the hour, okay? Let's leave it on the hour. So for the hour, it's giving me a sell, right? My summary is a sell, but why is that? I got 15 sells, 10 neutrals, and 3 buys. So it's giving me the oscillators, and it's giving me moving averages, okay? So when I come down and I look at that, my oscillators, you understand? Now, this is not for you to go get analysis paralysis. It's to give you information. We're still using the BYOB Cashout, right? I just want you to understand that. But this is to help you understand, you know, where, you know, understand what's happening and what's going on. So, you know, when I'm looking at this, okay, when you're looking at this, it's kind of, and it should be pulling up right here. This might be my browser that I'm on right now. So it'll normally have right here where it'll give you something indication. This literally is probably my browser. So I'll try to refresh it in just a moment. But I want to give you, but it should be pulling up like it is over here. So, or is it just, hold on. So like, or is that just pulling? No, it's pulling it over here. So, but it's giving you my stochastic, you know, and it's giving you the stochastic, and you can kind of see where it's neutral, right? Where it's telling me my stochastic is neutral. We know it's neutral, right? It's sitting down at the 14. So we already know where it's at, right? We see where it was sitting at, you know, it was sitting on that support line. But you can kind of see where everything is kind of sitting, and you can kind of see where, yeah, so this is just the way that it's sitting on here. So yeah, so you can kind of see what's happening. And then you look at where your moving averages are. So you understand that this is just telling you that this is where it is currently. So you're not using this, right? But remember, all of this is sitting up in there. So it's giving you, like, I mean, your Ikomoku cloud, right? It's giving you your simple moving average. All of this is in there. This is just literally where it's at currently. And so then when I come down, we just trained on pivots. We literally just trained on pivots. And what are pivots? Pivots are literally the levels where the market goes from bullish to bearish. So this is your pivot point. This is literally your pivot point in the market. So you got your pivot points right here in the market. And, you know, we talked about where your pivot points are, how it goes up to S3 and R3. Remember, I told you, when you look outside here, that typical pivot points go up to S3 and they come down to R3, your resistance 3 and your S3, right? So when you look at an actual financial news, right, when you actually look at financial news or you look at actual financial apps or financial information, this is what you see. These are the pivot points. This is what pivots look like. Okay, this is what it looks like. And so, yes, you can come in and you can add other little dynamic and you can add other pivot points and pivot lines and different things in there. But this is what you see. You see the main one in the middle, which is the medium point for your pivots. And then you start seeing that S1 and that R1 is pretty much where it kind of tries to hang out at. And then if it pushes past that, right? When it pushes past that or it pushes down past that, that's kind of where the market, you know, that's that ultimate support, right? And then that's that ultimate resistance. And it'll pull, the market will pull it back toward the one in the middle. The market will pull it back toward the one in the middle. And if it does not, then the next, you know, at around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the market will definitely make an adjustment. Mr. Rogers, you have a comment before I continue?
Yeah. Yes, man. Yes. Thank you. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I had to just, I could not hold my excitement. And I'm so grateful and thankful that the Trade Whisperer has taken you down this vantage point this evening, so you can really understand the magnitude and why, when I shared the information with Mr. Hooley, how powerful this tool was and why this is of a necessity. Ladies and gentlemen, I just have to make sure you understand that you have so much value, not only in the strategy that we've been fortunate enough that Ms. Dyer created, but the power of this tool. When I say to you that we are putting in your hands the power to become your own bank, if you really, after this few minutes of understanding the magnitude of this tool, and many of you have been utilizing this tool and you have not understood the magnitude of it, and you appreciate what Ms. Dyer is doing with you for you this evening, I need you to drop a 777 in the chat, because this is life changing. 1 million families financially educated and impacted. And I just could not let this moment pass without really helping you understand, if you stay the course, embrace the process, and this tool is the tool of all tools, and everything that you need is literally right at your disposal. You guys should be extremely excited about having someone that is so gifted to ensure that you are being economically empowered, that you can gain your own personal economic equity. So, Ms. Dyer, I just wanted, once again, I wanted to verbally salute you and thank God for you and your diligence to ensuring that every individual has the opportunity to win and win for their family. So thank you.
Thank you. And so just, if you're looking at this and you see this, these are the classic pivots, right? These are the classic pivots. And so one of the questions, I like that. One of the questions that's asked is, are these take profits? Absolutely. When you're looking at the pivot points, those are like ultimate resistance, ultimate supports, right? That's what they are. And then if you look at the Fibonacci pivots are, you know, if you understand what the Fibonacci is, that's like the you take the previous day's range and you add the Fibonacci to it. So that's what they've done. They've taken the previous day's range and they add the fibs to it. And so, you know, they're using that 38.2, the 61.8, and the 100% retracement. That's what the fibs are. And so this one is literally like that kind of helps. That one is more for trends. This one is kind of more toward trends. So this is a pivot more using the trend, where it's like using it for a take profit and a stop loss, but this is more toward trends. And this one is just more toward the weight of the closing price. So they're all just targeted on different things, just so you can understand. But these are your actual pivot points in the market. That's what these are. So you actually have, these are the pivots that you're looking for on there. And like I said, of course, these are your oscillators where, you know, we use the stochastic and the BYOB Cashout, where you can kind of see where it is. And so you can kind of see where that is, and you can kind of understand, you know, so the oscillators are saying it's setting up, right, for that buy. And of course, you already know that's on the hour, and what's the 4 hour doing? You can kind of see, of course, you see what it's doing, it's setting up. So, you know, it's just giving you information that's happening in the market. Is giving you that news. So, you know, when you're doing your analysis, now please don't go get analysis paralysis, but at the same time, you can understand where those significant pivot points are in the market, where the market is, right? And of course, where the market has been, you know, where the market has been, where the market is going. So what the market has done today, where the market has been over the past year, you know, and a technical analysis, and of course our fundamental analysis. And it does it for each and every last one of it, you know. So this is those mage symbols, you know. It does not pull every symbol on here, so it's giving you the watch list. So these are, of course, at that ultimate support and resistance, you know. So, and of course, if you want to hide it, you can just click the button. So this lets you know that you actually have it there. So, all right, guys. So for those of you, somebody asked me, how did I get there? Once again, down here where it says strategy, okay, down here where it says strategy, you click the strategy, okay, click the strategy, and I'm gonna change my share for you once again, okay, I'm gonna change my share for you once again. I gotta change my share for you. And I don't even see it. I lost it. Okay, so when you're looking at this share, what you see, of course, this is you notice this because you have to come here to select the strategy. So when you come select the strategy, right, you know, see where it says hide chart details, watch list, and news. Okay, it's defaulted to off. You want to turn it on. You want to turn it on. Okay, you want to right here cut this on. And when you cut that on, right there, that's going to cut that chart on. And then you're very welcome. So let me change my share back. Ah, see, somebody understands the value. Somebody understands the value. Somebody understands the value. Let me see here. So the trading technologies in the mid 2000s, you had to go to your brokers for half of this, and now it's in one area. Absolutely correct. So now you see that it's literally right here. Okay, it's literally right here now. And so I just come and I click that little button. And so it's giving you the watch list. So obviously these are those currencies that are hot and heavy in the news right now. Those currencies, you can kind of see where they are. So if I look at my GBP USD, where is it at? It's sitting, it's look where it's sitting at. It's sitting on a major support line. And if I look on my hour, you see where I'm at on the hour, right? My stochastic. Look where I'm at on the 4 hour, right? Come to my Euro USD, which we've already done on the hour and the 4 hour. Didn't I cut it off? And then you come right here on my AUD USD, same thing. Look at my stochastic right here on the hour, and then even on the 4 hour, you can kind of see. Well, this one is already pushed up some, but you can kind of see where it's sitting. You know where they're sitting too. So these are the ones that's definitely been hot and heavy in the news. So questions, comments. It is your browser. It is your browser. So if your laptop does not bring that up, it's your browser. And because if you notice that sometimes when we've been on this call, if I pick the wrong browser, then mine are blank. It's the browser. It's not the Vibrata, it's the browser. Yeah, you see I'm on Chrome right now. It's literally your browser. So and I notice that if I'm on the wrong browser, then I don't get my alerts. So question, it's been there all along. And that's why, you know, we've gone through this. We've literally gone through this, and I've been trying to share with you guys how to utilize these alerts, you know, where it says potential sell, potential buy. Make sure you understand how to pull this information out of here. You know, this tool is so valuable. And I want you to understand the value of, you know, the value of what you have. So the value of what you have, you just scroll all the way down to the bottom. The pivot was all the way down at the bottom. So what I did is I went right here where it says details, right here where it says details, right? Right here where it says technical analysis in the details area, all I did is I clicked more. And then I got this little pop-up. And so understand, and then I just scroll all the way down to the bottom. And pivots is right down here at the bottom. It's right down here at the bottom. And understand that you're gonna have a pivot, you know, the pivot's gonna adjust too based on the time frame that you're on. So these will adjust too based on the time frame that you're on as well. So all of this adjusts based on the time frame that you're on. And I'm on Chrome. Chrome seems to work better. Safari is default, but sometimes I get it on Safari and sometimes I don't. So I've had to download Chrome. I tend to get most things on Chrome. But that's just not just that, it's across the board. Yeah, Internet Explorer, I've heard the same thing too. So, but I have Safari. So even like when I try to go to YouTube or a few other things, it does the same thing. So it's not just the Vibrata. So it's definitely the browser. It's an issue with the browser itself. So it's definitely the browser itself. So any more questions, comments? Okay, so somebody, you trying to throw shade back, but I'm gonna let you slide on that one. Well, I'm on a Mac. I'm using right now Safari. All right, so y'all not gonna talk about my Apple products, but I can trade Apple too. BYOB Cashout. So, all right, so okay, Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, man, if you guys, if you were not excited previously, and obviously you've already been cashing out, you have to be even more elated about your personal probability of changing people's lives. And just to understand, ladies and gentlemen, you get an opportunity to enroll in the academy, have access to this valuable information, have access to these amazing tools, and you're talking about a $325 investment. That literally translates to you understanding that you are worth $10.86 a day to gain access to this information and to maintain access to it. You're talking about $9.16 a day. There's no way that you should not be running and telling everyone you know how they can be their own bank. And if you really have, really, if your eyes have been enlightened tonight, and there's been a new level of illumination tonight based on the last 20 minutes of what Ms. Dyer shared with you and gave to you, I need you to drop a 777 in the chat. If you were ever had any concern about people not appreciating the value of what was just shared with you tonight, this is why we know unequivocally that we will impact and educate 1 million families. The BYOB movement will do that. And it's because of individuals like me. And it's because of the heartbeat of the people who are serving to ensure that you become the signal. So, ladies and gentlemen, we no longer want to deprive individuals that are in our sphere of influence with this information. I mean, this tool, the academy, the intel, the insight the strategy itself. And now when we say we are here equipping people, this is what we mean by that. So once again, here's what I'm going to need you to do for us, if it's possible. And it's only if you have, if it, and this is only if you feel led to, tomorrow, you know, on your social media, I need you to have, as a matter of fact, tonight, I need you to hashtag BYOB Cashout. I need you to hashtag the Trade Whisperer, and I need you to hashtag the Finance Doctor. Hashtag BYOB Cashout, hashtag the Trade Whisperer, and hashtag the Finance Doctor. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's my responsibility to make sure that every opportunity that these two individuals get an opportunity to expose and share this information, I know I'm going to do everything in my physical capability to make sure that their voices are heard around the globe. And if you feel remotely like I feel, of having the privilege to hear from these two individuals as much as I do, I need you to be in agreement with me as we continue this financial crusade. I need you to put an 888 in the chat if you realize that this is a new beginning for you personally, to make sure that we're able to do this, to make sure that the people that we care about in our sphere of influence have an opportunity to learn and glean from these two amazing educators. So let's do this. Let's do it without any fear of I mean, there's no way. There's no way after seeing this tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, today is my first day. Today I'm making a commitment personally. Today is my first day ever hearing about this amazing opportunity. That's how excited I am about it. I've had the opportunity to open my Christmas gift on today, and now I'm going to tell everybody I'm riding down the neighborhood with my new skates, my new bike. Everything that I wanted on my Christmas list has now been delivered. So I'm telling my entire neighborhood, and I want you to be with me in that regards, because you remember what it was like when you waited all year to get that Christmas gift. And this gift that we have is the ability to change the lives and the people that's in our sphere of influence, particularly now during this uncertain times for a lot of individuals. But now you have the answer to all of their dilemmas. And all we have to do is share the information and give it away. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you again for allowing us to serve